Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. And look, no more awkward close-ups. Yes, the problem I had last time is fixed so I can show you more of me. Yay, you don't have to see my face super close up in 4K now anymore. Anyway, okay, today is just going to be a quick video talking about my first impressions of the video game Battlefield 2042. So first, let's get some disclaimers out of the way. I am not a huge Battlefield person, and I'm not saying that as a dish on the franchise. I look forward to playing a lot of them. But what I'm saying is, I've only played one Battlefield game before this one, and that was Battlefield 1. So, quick thoughts on Battlefield 1, I guess. The first 5 of the war stories I thought were really awesome, and then I was not a fan of the last one for a few reasons, and, what was it? I did not play the multiplayer very much. Very, very little, if any. I can't really remember. It was a while ago. Wow, that was a tangent. Anyway, so I decided to hop into Battlefield 2042 this weekend because it's currently on free play days for Xbox Live Gold. So, first of all, I didn't really have much interest in this game because it does not have a single-player story campaign. The games I like the most are single-player story games. That's just kind of how I roll. The only major exceptions where I really like multiplayer are like the Call of Duty franchise and the Halo franchise. But it's free. It's one of the big new shooters on the block, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So first, I decided to dive into just standard. Well, first there was this like training mission type opening, and you get an intro cutscene with some story stuff, but that's about as far as the story goes, at least from what I saw. So after that training mission, I hopped into normal multiplayer, and first of all, I thought it was pretty fun. I did not experience any glitches my whole time playing this game, and my first match was, I had a decent time. I'm not very good at multiplayer games, so I died a lot more than I got kills, but hey, it's all part of the fun. And my very first game of online multiplayer, I actually did get to experience the tornado. These big weather effects are kind of this game's big thing, and I gotta say, it was really fun. I purposely ran straight to that tornado, got pulled in, and had, just fun spinning around, and then got shot out, used a parachute. It was a good time. That was pretty fun, but I gotta say, I had way more fun with what I did next, which was hopped into Portal mode. So Portal mode is a really fascinating concept. It's basically where it has assets from this new game, like all the new stuff they made for Battlefield 2042. They also threw in assets from, I think it's 3 other games, Battlefield 3, Battlefield Bad Company 2, and Battlefield 1943. This is the mode where I had a ton of fun. So the first thing I did was I made a custom game. So the interesting thing is, if you want to mess around with all this Portal stuff and customize settings, you actually have to go online, mess with it in the Battlefield Portal website, and then you get a server code, and you can type that into whatever system you play on, and then you can launch it. So that was really interesting. Was not expecting that. I was really expecting it to just be like Halo or Call of Duty, where you got a few settings you mess around in the game. But no, you actually go to a separate client. And apparently, if you're good at like coding and stuff, you can actually go really deep into this mode and do some interesting stuff. I don't code, but I did go ahead and mess with all the settings. The server I set up for myself is just a super goofy, over-the-top one. I made it so it was like me versus a ton of bots. I put my health and regeneration and stats all the way up. I made the bots pretty weak. And I just had a good time using various weapons, taking out AI bad guys. I had a ton of fun with that. So then I went and did a couple of the, they have like some featured, I guess you could say, playlists where it's pretty much just like modes and maps and guns from the previous games. So I hopped in, I played a game of Conquest in Battlefield 1943, and that was pretty fun. I got a kill with a K98 sniper, so that was pretty awesome. I'm terrible at sniping, but it was really fun to get that kill. That might have been the most fun I had, was actually in the World War II setting one, the 1943 one. I also tried out Conquest on Battlefield 3, and I tried this rush mode on Bad Company, but as soon as that game started, really shortly after it ended, I guess I joined on the tail end, so I didn't experience Bad Company 2 that much. But yeah, so after playing all of these, I did notice a few things. I think there is some really cool variety in guns, especially in Portal, where it takes all the stuff from the older games. I thought the mechanics feel pretty good. I didn't have like attachments unlocked or anything, so I couldn't like play around with some of the more intricate stuff. But I thought it was pretty cool. I thought the snipers were pretty powerful. I enjoyed like using shotguns and trying out assault rifles and LMGs. I think it's pretty smooth. I had no performance problems when I was playing on Series X. So yeah, overall I think it's a pretty solid game. I do also want to shout out, I checked out somebody else's custom server because as soon as I learned that you could customize it, I thought to myself, I wonder if anybody's made like a PvE server or like tried to replicate Call of Duty Zombies. Sure enough, I go to like browse the custom servers. One of the first ones I see is just zombies in all caps. Click on that. It's literally a couple human players fighting off a ton of AI soldiers who only have knives. That mode was so much fun. I used a couple different weapons. I remember I spawned in as a sniper because I forgot to change my class. Used shotguns, played around with the pistols. Oh man, that was a ton of fun. My overall thoughts on the game: the fact that there's no single player content in terms of like, a full campaign with story, actors, all that kind of stuff. That's the biggest bummer for me. It's the reason I don't have any intention of actually buying this game once free play days ends. Just playing this on a weekend, I did have a lot of fun. I think that Portal is a really interesting concept. I think it's kind of revolutionary actually, taking stuff from a bunch of nostalgic previous games. Well, nostalgic for people who have played them. I plan to play a bunch of other Battlefield games, like go back and play their campaigns and stuff. Don't worry, it's on the list. Anyway, but the fact that you can do that and mix and match things, like I saw some of the custom servers were like Battlefield 3 versus 1943, or like Bad Company 2 versus 1943, or like Bad Company 2 versus 2042. Like the fact that you can have all this stuff mixed in together, I think that is the really cool part. And the fact that there's all this customization lets people be creative. And I think that's definitely, from what I saw, the strongest points of this game. I didn't actually try that, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called like Hazard Zone or something like that. The mode where you go in and you try to like gain intel packets and extract yourself. I didn't even try that. I've heard it's very team-based oriented, so maybe there's some stuff there for those tacticians out there. For just hopping in for a weekend, I had a ton of fun. Like I said, I had no major glitches. I thought the gunplay was pretty solid. I liked the maps. I got a chance to experience one where it's like a cargo, or it's an island in Singapore, and there's like cargo shipping yards and all that kind of stuff. That's the map where I saw the tornado. I believe I checked out some World War II maps. I also got to do the one that had the spaceship on it, which was pretty awesome. They also had a version of Gun Game I tried out, and there's of course free-for-all. So there's a decent amount of content here, especially if you're a multiplayer fan. And if you're a fan of these like huge scale Battlefield multiplayer matches with all the craziness, like the vehicles and stuff, I think you'll have a fun time with this. But personally, that's just not really my scene. Like I said, when it comes to multiplayer, it's pretty much Halo and Call of Duty, and that's about it. Unless there's like some kind of gimmick, like some kind of really interesting gimmick, like those asymmetrical horror games. I kind of like those as well. Try those every once in a while. Don't play them very consistently. You gotta bear with me. When I'm on my personal channel, I kind of go off on tangents. I like to ramble. That's because it's my channel. I can do what I want. So anyway, I thought it was a lot of fun, but because there's no campaign and it's just not really my scene, I don't plan on actually buying this game. Like I said, I played it when it was temporarily free, and I had fun, but I have no interest in returning to this game. I mean, Battlefield's just an interesting topic. I've talked about it with friends at work, and after playing this one, I am pretty curious to go back and actually play some of these. Like, I have Game Pass, and EA Play is part of Game Pass, or it's included with it. So there's actually a lot of Battlefield games I can play through my subscription. So I do look forward to going and checking some of those out. I think the next one I'm going to try out is going to be Battlefield 5. So we're going to see how that is. I'm looking forward to the campaign. Probably going to try out the multiplayer, maybe even the Battle Royale mode. Yeah, I'll try the Battle Royale mode. A brief summary, in terms of technical stuff and performance, I had no issues. I've heard some people are having issues, and maybe if I played more, I would. But I didn't have any problems with it. In terms of story, yeah, there is kind of like this general setup they give you in the intro cutscene, but I'm going to give it a pretty low rating in that area. And again, for someone like me, the story is really important. So yeah, that's kind of a big blow. In terms of the overall gameplay, that was probably the best part of this game. I thought it was really solid. It felt like just a good shooter. Graphics looked really nice. The guns felt strong. There's parachuting. I didn't get a chance to try out all the specialists, like I never did the wingsuit or any of that. But there's also some cool stuff around there, like using shields and all that. So gameplay department, I give it pretty good marks. I guess my overall thoughts, I will give this game a... I'm not going to rank it, like I said, because I'm not this kind of person that plays these kinds of games. I'm just kind of dipping a toe in. So this is just first impressions from someone who's pretty much a newcomer to the Battlefield scene and just wanted to give it a try, see what all the hype was about. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you feel like it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.